Hello, thank you very much for tuning into this week's section of reads. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. This should be on the YouTube channel James13 Wicca, just in case you're seeing it somewhere else. What else was I going to say? The cards and dice that's listed below. I think that's pretty much what I got for you. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. With no further ado, let's go ahead and get into your reading. Hello, Virgo. Hello, Virgo. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Virgo? It seems like a fun energy. We like fun. Fun is good, yeah? We're appropriate. I just heard that from the side. We're appropriate. Okay, Virgo. I don't know where... There's a very fun energy here with Virgo, but I also keep getting it's like in its place, in its time. In its place, in its time. Okay. Somebody sees you in a very, very positive light. Very, very positive light. Okay, so this, it's a general read. Take it with a grain of salt. Could be a romantic interest. Could be somebody you work with, family, friend, whatever. This is just somebody who sees a lot of value in you. And maybe within the last few months, fairly recently, you might have noticed a change in behavior where they seem to be more engaging or more connected. I don't know what happened, but it seems like something happened where it's like it all snapped into focus for them, how important you are and how good for you and good for them, like how good this connection is. Like something happened where it just clicked, like Virgo is pretty freaking awesome. And I need to make sure that I stay connected and I look out for Virgo because Virgo does look out for me. I need to make sure Virgo's okay because Virgo will make sure I'm okay, and I need to like honor this connection more. A very strong loyalty connection where it just seems like it went up a good clicker 7. I don't know. It feels a lot stronger here. It wasn't bad. I don't think it was ever bad. I'm not feeling like there's a bad part, but it's like it just like shifted into this next phase very strongly. And it's good. I don't think it's bad. Like I don't think it's like overpowering or obnoxious. I'm not feeling anything like that. So if you're like, oh, that one, I don't think it's obnoxious or negative. You might be having to kind of regulate it a little bit and kind of like, all right, yeah, we could hang out, but not every day. Once, maybe twice a week, but that's enough. You might be having one of those like, okay, yeah, I like you too, but we can just calm down a little bit. I don't feel like it's bad. I also feel like this energy is very respectful. It does feel like it has your interests at heart. It's not looking to be obnoxious in any way, but it does care. There's a very strong, like, I need to make sure Virgo's okay because Virgo makes sure I'm okay. And as long as Virgo's doing well, I know I always have somebody in my corner, so I have to make sure Virgo's doing well. Very strong sense of loyalty there. Where are we going with that? That's my question. Like, we made a big deal about that. That's what this seems to be hinging on. They've had some hard times, which, haven't we all? They feel like you've pulled their butt out of the fire at least once, if not more. And you didn't have to. You didn't have to. But you did. That's what I'm getting. Because I'm like, we're still dealing with the past because the dice went right over there. You've probably done... I mean, it may not have been very important to you or not a big deal. Kind of like, oh, that's not much. I can do that. I can help or whatever. It might not have been very much or very big deal to you, but to whoever this was, it was the world. Like, you did something nice for them, and they're just like, you're the bee's knees. You did something for me, and they felt completely out of control in that moment, and I think you put some stability there that they didn't think was available to them. I feel like that's what you gave them, like stability. And to you, it's like, well, obviously, just do this, you'll be fine. And they're like, wow. It's just going, wow. Virgo saves the day. It's fun. It's a fun energy. I don't think to you it was that big a deal. It was just kind of like, just do this, you'll be fine. Um, it probably was informational now, the more that I'm connecting to it. This is where that loyalty came from, because you helped them and you didn't have to, and that's how they're looking at it. More's coming in soon. Okay. It seems like there's a lot, like this, I'm getting this wave going on. Which, how does that wave come in? The wave doesn't have to be good and bad, because I don't think that's what we're talking about, because it's kind of like this wave of like a lot and a little and a lot and a little. So it's like I'm seeing this person a lot, then not very much, and then I'm seeing them a lot and not very much. If there's a rhythm to it, I feel like that's doable. I don't think that's a problem. Especially if you are already identifying this rhythm and you're like, oh yeah, when these things happen, I'm going to see a lot of this person. When this happens, I'm not going to see very much of them. Six of Cups, I feel like you already know the pattern with this person. More than likely, you already know the pattern. You've probably already identified it. Even if it's subconsciously kind of like, oh, wait, I think they're going to start showing up again. I noticed, like, you know, it's almost like when the snow is around, they're not going to be. When the flowers come up, they are going to be around. It could be one of those things. You seem to have figured something out. You seem to be ready for the next wave of this person coming in. I don't feel like they're always around. I feel like there's more than less. The more than, you know how you see more people when the weather's nice and you see less people when the weather's not nice. Could be something like that. Or vice versa, however it works for you. I feel like you're ready for this next evolution. Do you realize how strong this is? I have a feeling you don't. You have the possibility to bring a lot more value into your life. This person's going to present you with options. If anything sounds good to you with this person, not only say, I like that, follow up with another conversation at a later time. So like, say you talk about this in the morning. I guess you could do it later that day if you really wanted to, but I would probably let a couple days pass and then come back to that conversation. Like, you know, I thought that was a really good idea. Do you know anything else about that situation? If they bring something that they like or possibility and you say yes, and then you bring it back again at a later date, the chances of it happening like triple. So if there's something you really want, go that direction. And the more you keep initiating conversations to get more information, the more likely that's going to actually happen if you really want something to happen. So it's like a trip or maybe a business venture or whatever it may be. There's something where it's like we want to keep moving ahead, but we want to make sure that we're moving forward in a direction that actually creates something. What are we talking about here? After like the second, well, probably not the second, more like the third, depending on your situation, the second or third conversation, if you bring it back, like if you bring it back twice, then after that, move something forward in tangible life. I want to make this really simple. So maybe you got a friend and they're like, oh, I'd really love to learn how to knit a sweater. And you're like, yeah, cool, me too. That would be awesome if I could actually do that. And then a couple days, maybe a couple weeks pass by and you're like, you know what, I was thinking about that. Did you have any like videos you were watching on that, like knitting sweaters, or did you know people who did that? Or like, so that's the first time you're bringing it back. And then the second time is you're like, you know what, I really would like to do that. I was thinking like of checking out these couple places to see if they had a sale on this or sale on that. Do you know of any places that have a sale on the supplies, or like how much they would be, or have you seen anything online, anything in person? After that second time of bringing it around, start a small project with it. Like a small project, whatever. So you're like, oh, it seems like a lot of time to put into like, you know, knitting a sweater. I'm thinking I'm going to start a scarf first. It seems simple, seems like I could do it. They're like, oh yeah, where are you going? I've got the stuff already, so I'm kind of starting to learn the simple things. I feel like you could be really surprised how quickly this comes in, and how this person shares information, works with you. You can work on projects together. Who knows if we're gonna go down that road? And like some people like do craft fairs and make hats and mittens and all the other good stuff. There's a lot of possibilities here. But if I gave the analogy correctly, it's kind of like bring back the conversation twice, and then after the second time you bring it back, start something small where you actually start to tangibly create a reality with it. It's where you kind of break through that fourth wall. Does that even make sense in this situation? It's like you break into reality. That's the point I'm supposed to say. I don't even know if me saying the fourth wall even made sense there. It will start slow. Usually Virgo's at peace with that. Build up knowledge to create a bigger success. Ooh. All right. You don't have to get like, if you get halfway down this road and you're like, say you start making scarves, just for argument's sake, you're going to get your value out of that. You may find that, all right, I made some scarves. I used some pretty yarn. I found some different techniques. It was nice, but I think I'm good with that. That you can shut it down. That you don't have to like stick with it for the rest of your life. Like you can try something, get the value you wanted out of it, and then go on to something else. But I feel like whatever this project is, whatever this is, this bonds you closer to this person, and there's more. I feel like there's more coming together. There's more. I feel like I should be doing this infinity thing. It's coming back and forth. It's good. This is what could trigger this into becoming a stronger connection. And like, okay, this time it was scarves. Maybe next time you're like, you know, so and so makes those wedding cakes. I wonder how hard that is to really make that. We're thinking about having an anniversary party for so and so. I'm thinking maybe that would be an opportunity for me to try to make a wedding cake. And this other person's like, oh, let's see what that takes. Let's see what this is. Somebody to research with, create things with. Does not have to be a romantic partner. Doesn't even have to be a family member. Could be just a friend. Could be an acquaintance that becomes more of a stronger friend. There's a lot of different ways this could happen. But I'm getting like, this could be something you could create things with, a person you could create things with, that you could create more value in your life, more joy, more happiness in your life, where you're kind of like seeing more of the things you want to come out of your life being easier for you. Is there anything I'm missing with this? I get that it's good. This energy very much likes you, but there's something missing. You bring a lot of stability there. They very much appreciate you. You're helping them stabilize their life. I don't think you're getting involved in like if their life is very messy and very chaotic, I don't see you getting involved in the turmoil of that. I see you being like a sounding board, kind of like, oh, that happened. Oh, you did that. Oh, I don't know if I would have done that. I feel like there's going to be a lot of those conversations. It's like, oh, I don't know if I would have done that. Well, why not? Well, I'm thinking when you did that, then this happened. Well, yeah, that happened. Well, you know, then it just kept going, and I feel like there's going to be a lot of those conversations where you're not like you're not in the situation that they're having a hard time with, but you're like that secondary, like I'm on the outside of the situation. I know it's very difficult when you're in it. I'm just saying I can see where maybe you did a couple things that make complete sense, very rational, but also kept the situation going, and you don't seem to enjoy that these situations keep going. Maybe there's a different way to handle that and still get the resolution you need. You might be that alternative opinion. You might be that alternative opinion. It's not like anybody being right or wrong. It's just more about a different way to handle things. One of those. Are we good? All right, I think we got there. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.